Hi, I'm Eleanor with all next week's unmissable soap storylines. The shockwaves of Ronnie's big reveal are still rippling through Albert Square, and Jack is among the most traumatised by her baby swap. He's smashed to bits, having to say goodbye to his baby, but there's worse to come from Ronnie in custody. She tells him he deserves better and walks out. Meanwhile, Kat is in shock, as anyone who found their dead baby was alive and squealing would be, and does a runner from the hospital. Back at the Vic, Jean calms her down and sorts her out. She tells her firmly she has to go back and pick up Tommy. But she returns to find the social worker leaving. She leaps in front of the car and stops her, and the Moons are reunited with Tommy. It's not plain sailing though. Kat struggles to bond with her baby, despite Alfie's calmness and being cheered by Charlie's reappearance. When the press get a whiff of the story, they descend on Wolford, though Mo deals with them by serving them a nice round of tea, laced with laxatives. Jack's having a hard time of it. He sadly asks Alfie about changing Tommy's headstone to James, then takes his anger out on Jay at the boxing gym. The bloke's in a bad way, but gets emotional help from the unlikeliest place. Step forward man of the year, Alfie. Next, it's stormy Weatherfield. Kevin's looking forward to a long, drawn-out divorce hearing. He just wants to be near Sal. He's hoping, bizarrely, that it may give him time to save his marriage. Instead, Sal is furious when the judge rules in his favour. That wasn't in the script. Actually, it is. As is Kevin's decision to make her a very generous gesture. Will Sal accept? Jeff can see he's losing ground to Kev in the race for Sal's heart and organises a romantic trip to Paris. She's like a Mancunian Cleopatra, the way she's driving men to these rash acts. John Stape decides to come off his meds and lies to Fizz that he's been given the okay to do just that. But Fizz is worried and asks Peter to take back his offer of a job at the bookies. Unfortunately for all, he doesn't. Then John's thrown into disorder when first Joy's solicitor calls him Mr. Fishwick, then he learns Fizz tried to scupper his job. It all gets too much for the bipolar, double-identity schoolgirl abductor, and after a visit from the police, Peter finds him rocking in a corner at the bookies. Peter races to fetch help, but John vanishes. Have we seen the last of him? Finally, we're Yorkshire-bound. What exactly is it about Jimmy King? On the face of it, he's hardly God's gift, but Kelly feels she needs to up her game when she senses Jimmy is wavering about Nicola, so she threatens to leave the village. Suddenly, Jimmy recalls their wedding and begs her not to go, and this time it's Nicola's turn to feel she's lost her man. But Kelly's completely thrown when Nicola reminds her that Jimmy will eventually remember everything. Yes, everything, even sordid Sadie. After some badgering from Kelly, he agrees to tell Elliot he's his dad. Then, after a volley from Carl, he responds by asking her to move in with him. There's time for another flashback. Jimmy remembers moving into Brook Cottage with Nicola. What's he going to remember next? The war is over. Farmer John becomes even more determined to hang on to the farm when Declan turns up at Butler's with a property lawyer. What if we buy it? He asks Moira. There's a little matter of cold hard cash. Declan wants it, John hasn't got it. He has got a plan though, a 2-year strategy to expand the farm, and he forges on ahead, deaf to Moira's mounting worries. But some good news. Adam decides to spend his birthday with his family rather than the Macy's. And what's this? A cougar in Yorkshire? Ella is flattered when Adam tells her she looks great.